Do you find yourself wasting your time very often? Are you unable to control your habit? Well, you are not broken. You're like most others out there. I don't wish to sound like another self-help guru, but here's something to try. And if you do it right, I can guarantee you that it will at least double your output. Introducing the golden hour rule of productivity. Where does this golden hour rule come from? It comes from heart attacks. Yes, you heard that right. The first hour after the onset of heart attack is called the golden hour. If a person reaches the hospital during this hour and gets treated within this period, he or she can expect near complete recovery. Just like the heart attack, your day starts dying when you wake up, and your actions in the very first hour decide if you live through it or kill it. If you waste the initial hours, your mind goes to an autopilot mode and is propelled to waste the rest of the time as well. However, if you mindfully use those hours in productive work, your mind fuels it further. This, my friends, is the golden hour rule of productivity. So, who can benefit from this rule? Short answer, everyone. Long answer, no matter how you are in your life right now, whether you are currently succeeding at the highest level you have ever imagined, or you're struggling to find your way, we still want to improve lives in some way. This is not to suggest that there is anything wrong, but as human beings, we were born with the innate desire and drive to continuously grow and improvise. Yet, most of us wake up every day and life stays the same. Why do we need the golden hour rule? In a hyper-stimulated world that demands us to be productive, we often aspire to do so much but end up doing so little. The lack of focus sends us in a never-ending trip of self-guilt and loathing. We start with wasting our time and end up in a vicious all or none cycle. On the other hand, starting the day well can give us a head start and drive needed to fruitfully get through the whole day. How to apply this golden hour rule of productivity? It is necessary to identify the most important tasks required to be done for the day and draw a blueprint first thing in the morning or perhaps the previous night. The usual number of necessary tasks must not exceed 3 or 4. An important thing to remember is that no matter how hard you try, you cannot have a minute-by-minute track of what you wish to do. Here's what the best-selling author Tim Ferriss has to say about it. Develop the habit of letting small bad things happen. If you don't, you'll never find time for the life-changing big things. Next, you need to be very specific in goal setting. Let me introduce you to the concept of decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is the idea that after taking many decisions, your ability to take more and more decisions becomes worse. Example, if you set aside an hour for reading, specifying the time, place, and the topic you are going to read will yield far better results than a vague statement demanding you to decide just before the action. Number 3. Exploit the self-feedback loops. We all have an identity in our minds which tells us how we recognize ourselves. The farther our ideal way or ideal self drifts away from the real self, the more frustrated we feel. But there is a chance to utilize this psychological concept to our advantage. Making the best use of time early in the morning sets the stage for small wins, which gives us a positive feedback for going further uphill as the day progresses. Number 4. Stick to the plan and stop second-guessing yourself. Throughout the day, you might remember other seemingly important tasks that you have skipped during your schedule, but don't change the plan until absolutely necessary. Number 5. Beware of attention residues. Allow sufficient time to shift from one task to the other. It takes some time for your brain to switch off from the previous task and move to a new one. And last but definitely not the least, quantify the results. To prevent the enthusiasm from dying, it's important that you keep a tangible record of your output and achievements, especially the smaller ones. Keeping a regular log of your body dimensions is a good way to promote your weight loss. But don't do it too often, or else your productivity will diminish. Refreshing the log once a week works well for most people. Of course, this video won't revolutionize your life in a miraculous manner, but it might be the golden starting point you all needed. Thank you.